Welcome back to another edition of Straight Talk, having a lively conversation as per usual. And that topic of conversation at the time off the air was the casino, and talking about the different good and bad, because it is, it's a reality in Indian country, as they say. You know, I'm not saying that it's good or bad. I'm not condoning one. But at the same time, I'm not totally against it either.
Well, they're talking about how it's going to create jobs, and but in my mind, I can't even see them hiring somebody from the community, somebody who's educated in a managerial position. They're going to have us mopping floors and scrubbing toilets.
But the thing, and I'm going to jump in here, because the last referendum, it was clear at the time, I came on the side of the casino. I'm a little bit different on that now for all kinds of reasons. But one of the things, that question was raised back then too. And at the time, you know, my reasoning, you know what, if nobody got a job, worked over there, what have you, so what? The thing was, how much money would it generate into the community that you could say to the government, you know what, you're not holding us ransom by funds, okay? And we're still going to have the resources to come after you. Why my view is different has to do with under what kind of a regime would that happen. But you're going to negotiate an agreement with Canada and Quebec, it ain't going to work that way.
But you see, that's been the biggest problem with the casino project altogether. I think that a lot of people may not be 100% against it, but it's the trust or the mistrust.
It's because they always give out mixed messages.
And the thing is, be honest. You know, like when Mike DeLille comes out and says we're looking at some type of a gaming for the community. And he sticks with that and sticks with that and sticks at it. And people are like, why are you going to lie to us? Tell us
Spit it out.
that it's going to be a friggin' casino, and that's it.
Casino,
don't bullshit it. Don't.
And you know what else to say?
Don't lie to us. And then on the 11th hour say, well, all right, then you're right. It's going to be a casino. I mean, come on, wake up. That's why people don't trust you.
Yeah.
And rightfully so. You know, it's almost like they're treating this community like they're a bunch of idiots. Like you don't know what the hell we're talking about. And because we're not going to give you the information. Only when our back is against the wall are we going to now, well, now we have to. You know, they keep pushing us, we have to. But I mean, say it from the beginning, don't lie. If you're not going to do a referendum, don't say that you're not going to do a referendum. But if you're going to tell the community to go to hell, tell them to go to hell. Yeah. We're going to do it anyway. I don't care what you say, like they did with MIT. You know what I mean? We're just going to do it. And I think that's the direction that they're going in. Because if they go to a referendum, I would imagine that it would lose again.
But that's why I said, Mike, those are political statements. Just like now, I notice again, too, somewhere in this little mix here over the last week, is the possibility of dividends, you know, it hasn't been decided. You know, all these things have been trumped up and trucked out in the past.
You're not
just say, you know what, flat out, there's no dividends.
You're not getting anything.
I'll tell you,
you're not getting anything.
It's going to go into the general fund. We'll decide. We have a treasury thing. We have somebody already set out for that, and they'll make the decisions about where that money goes. Maybe we'll have some community input.
Quick example, I was in BC for 7 years, and the community that I worked in, I worked for the band office out there, and their main thing was mills, lumber mills. But I mean, there's something wrong with your faucet, then the maintenance workers or town garage go to your house, put in your new faucet, they fix it. You need a new fridge? Okay, here's a fridge, because you have 6 kids, and they don't, and it's just from a mill, it's not even a casino. So it's just, I can't understand how our own community can't even do that for people, you know, like.
You know what you get?
I can tell you, one of the main reasons is because of the expense of doing it in a community of 10,000 opposed to how many people were in that community?
660.
No, but you're right.
660?
Yeah.
One of the things that gets said though a lot, you know, and I've heard it time after time, is, you know what, the last referendum, discussions we were having around at the Eastern Door, it was, I disagree with dividends because it will create dependency. So the people they won't have initiative, okay? But people say in the community, in social services, whether it's through the counselor or anywhere else, I think there's this view that, you're going to create dependency on people. They won't stand up for themselves, or they won't, whatever. People get it's really objectionable in this community to say go and get a helping hand, But I think there's a certain amount of cynicism in terms of saying, well, here's this group over there. Go see those guys over there. Go see the Ganikahaga Funding Association.
Yeah, when there's money for housing and stuff at MCK, but they want to pass it off to another group.
There's people collecting an awful lot of money at council, and you know what? You got to ask it. Well, what did you actually do, or what did the technicians do?
Well, Carl Horn, a few months ago said that it's time to trim the fat. I won't get into that. I think I already discussed the trimming the fat at the Mohawk Council, but that was one of the things is that him as a councillor inside Mohawk Council sees that there's other ways of generating or getting more fund where there's a shortfall. And some of it is to start at the top. And unfortunately, that doesn't usually happen. That's sort of like the Obama thing, They're not trimming anything off the government, they're trimming it off everybody else. But, how do you offset that? Anyway, the casino issue is going to be one thing, and it's whether it goes to a referendum or not, we won't know.
Never.
One of the other ways that I guess the community is looking to generate more funds is with that windmill project.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was I got an email from a community member that they read a story that was at a reputable news source about a windmill project that they thought was the Ganawagi project. Turns out it isn't the Ganawagi. It was a place, St. Valentin. And the Quebec regulatory body that looks at those things felt that it wasn't properly consulted enough.
The community itself, where
and so
St.
they needed to go back to St. Valentin. Yeah. Anyways, so it's now back on the drawing boards.
Mm-hmm. They basically said no.
For now.
Yeah, no, for now.
But it's not
because
the
you haven't.
project.
It's because they didn't consult the community that they wanted to.
But that wasn't the project that
It's not
Day was looking at.
No.
It's a
That's
different
the
one.
Saint Cyprien.
That's still, they haven't
Cyprien.
gone to that regulatory board yet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's they're only looking at doing that in 2012, 2013 or something, aren't
I
they?
even heard it that up to 2015.
So that's something. I mean, again, the community, like they're saying, it's only a group of people that are against it, but it seems like that group of people seem to be more vocal than anybody else when it comes to that project. And we have reserves about that. Like I said on one of the shows, is that we have to look at us. What happened to us over the years, and what has people pushed in to our community that we didn't want. And even though maybe there was a handful of people saying no, they went ahead and done it anyway. And we're still not getting anything for it when we're looking at the bridges or the hydro lines or the seaway or the railroad tracks. We had to go through that over the years, and they're possibly going to go through that
To do it to another community.
in the next 3 or 4 years doing that. We have to take a break. When we come back, we'll pick this back up.
Okay.
And we'll do that right after these messages.